JD from New York here, coming at you as usual with your Monday Night Raw review from last night's show, March 11th, 2013. Took place from Indianapolis, Indiana. Now, we all wondered what CM Punk and The Undertaker were going to do following the Fatal 4-Way victory from CM Punk last week. And this week we've seen the tragic death of Paul Bearer, William Moody. I was wondering how WWE was going to tie this in, or if they were going to tie it in at all to the Undertaker and Punk storyline. Now, when something like this happens, you have to commend WWE. They're always a class act. They always know how to pay homage and the ultimate respect to a legend. The 5-minute video package I seen already on YouTube's WWE's YouTube page. I teared up a little bit watching that last week, simply because of the Undertaker's "Rest in Peace" quote at the end. Again, they showed the 5-minute package to open Raw, which was the only way to start the show. And then you see the Undertaker come out, and I'm not afraid to admit it to you guys, but when the Undertaker came out and you seen that purple smoke, I started to tear up. Undertaker came down the ramp. You seen the urn standing in the middle of the ring on a podium. The Undertaker gets in the ring behind the urn, looking towards the Titantron. You know, Paul Bearer's picture hanging on the Titantron, you know, highlighted on the Titantron. Undertaker gets on one knee, does his signature pose, and like I said, I'm not afraid to admit it, guys. I teared up and I literally cried. You know, it wasn't like ball out crying, you know, oh my God, but you know, I teared up big time. You know, you have to. You know, these are real people. Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, and William Moody, Paul Bearer, they were very good friends. They had a relationship that, you know, nobody could replicate. Manager and wrestler. Undertaker is one of the greatest ever, if not the greatest. Paul Bearer played a big factor in The Undertaker being the greatest ever. You know, these are real people. This is a real life situation. You grow up with these guys, you know, and something bad happens like this, something sad. It's like one of your own family members passed away. So I'm not afraid to admit it that I teared big time during that segment. But my tears turned to laughter. CM Punk comes out, and I was wondering if WWE was going to show any kind of disrespect. They didn't. They remained classy. Punk came out and said he's sorry for the Undertaker's loss. You know, about Paul Bearer. He's also sorry about the Undertaker's loss, which will occur at WrestleMania. You know, I'm glad the Undertaker didn't play Paul Bearer's death into completely building up this storyline. I'm glad that they didn't take the disrespectful route like they did with Jerry Lawler and his heart attack, but, you know, CM Punk played a factor in that, but Jerry Lawler gave them his blessing for that, so, you know, it was a two-way street there. But CM Punk went on to say that he's going to beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania, and that to Paul Bearer, the Undertaker was always perfect, but on WrestleMania night, he will not be perfect any longer. 20-1. Punk said he's going to defeat the Undertaker and pull off the unthinkable. Now, I'll get into who I think will win this match as we develop this storyline further. You know, I'm planning on doing a WrestleMania 29 preview and prediction, so look forward to that. That was the one main thing about this show. They slowly built up this storyline. You know, this they played a factor again later in the evening, which I'll get into, but the other big storyline that was built last night was Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. Brock Lesnar accepts the challenge for Triple H's match at WrestleMania. So the match is official. The match is official. But under Brock Lesnar's terms, Paul Heyman said that he wants Lesnar to choose the stipulation for their match only after Triple H signs the contract to make the match official at WrestleMania. We know what's happening. We know the contract's going to be signed, but what match will it be? I heard a few chants of Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell is the only match that makes sense to me because Triple H is one of the best competitors ever in Hell in a Cell. Brock Lesnar made a living for a few years inside a cage at UFC, becoming the UFC heavyweight champion. It only makes sense. So a structure at WrestleMania like Hell in a Cell would only garner interest in this match. We all know the outcome of this match. If you've been watching wrestling, you all know the outcome of this match. We want to see a physical bout at WrestleMania. Hell in a Cell is the way to go. Now, Brock Lesnar completely destroyed not Damien Sandow. He destroyed the New Age Outlaws. He came out during the New Age Outlaws versus the Rhodes Scholars match. It was the only way to build this match up, was for Brock Lesnar to come out and completely destroy 2/5 of the Generation X. It was great. I knew what was going to happen. I was slightly disappointed why that match didn't take place, the New Age Outlaws versus the Rhodes Scholars, because that's something I wanted to invest my time in. It would be a great match to see on WWE TV. But WWE did a very good thing. They built up the storyline even further with the New Age Outlaws being F5 completely out of the ring by Brock Lesnar, completely destroyed them. So again, kudos to WWE for continuing a great build on their top 2 matches at WrestleMania. Kane versus CM Punk in the main event. The match really wasn't too special. It was a no disqualification match. The ending of the match actually seen the Undertaker's music hit, and CM Punk turned around, confused about what was happening. He figured the Undertaker was going to be coming out. Turned around, walked into a chokeslam from Kane. Kane pins him 1, 2, 3. The most important thing of this match happened after the match. The Undertaker comes out after Kane pins CM Punk 1, 2, 3. Stands on top of the ramp. Does his signature pose on one knee again. Kane does the same thing in the ring with a highlighted picture of William Moody, Paul Bearer, on the Titantron. Again, paying homage and respect to Paul Bearer as he passed away this past week. But during all this, CM Punk goes out to the ring, outside the ring. On the little podium stood the urn. Steals the urn. Smashes Kane in the back of the head. Undertaker runs down to the ring, trying to chase CM Punk. CM Punk escapes, goes up to the top of the ramp, mocks the Undertaker's signature pose, gets down on one knee, and starts to kiss the urn. Booed out of the building. Undertaker's pissed, does his signature throat slash, and that's it. That's when the show ended. Now, they're villainizing CM Punk to the point where they want people to hate him, but you're not going to hate CM Punk. You can't hate CM Punk. He's going to be fighting in New York, New Jersey. What is that? 85, 86,000 people in that arena? More than half of those people at WrestleMania are going to be chanting CM Punk. Let's go Taker, CM Punk. You're going to have people who want the streak to be broken. You're going to have the CM Punk marks coming out in full force at WrestleMania. You're not going to villainize CM Punk to the point where everybody wants to fucking hate him. It's not going to happen. He's too respected. This is why he's the best in the world. He's the best thing on TV right now. And again, WWE did not cross the line with the Paul Bearer thing. They remained very respectful. They tied it into the storyline, which I'm assuming the Undertaker okayed it. If it wasn't okay, he would not have okayed it, because obviously Paul Bearer and the Undertaker, they're like one. But they did everything in a class way, very respectful, and I commend WWE. Like I said, when things like that happen, they know what they're doing. But the rest of the show, guys, really wasn't all that spectacular. There was a few highlights. We seen Big Show versus Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins' first singles match in a WWE ring. Big Show won by DQ. I honestly think it's going to be Big Show, Sheamus, and Randy Orton versus The Shield at WrestleMania in some kind of New York City street fight. That's the only way I could see these 6 going. Other than that, they really have nothing else for either of these guys, or all 6 of these guys, to do at WrestleMania. So that's what I think is going to happen at WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler. Match of the night. I thought Daniel Bryan was going to pull out the win with the no-lock, but Dolph Ziggler won, surprisingly. I'm surprising WWE Creative booked Dolph Ziggler to win. They've been booking him to look very bad in the past couple of weeks, but Ziggler pulls out a win. Again, he's still roaming around with that briefcase. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but Ziggler gets a big win here, gets some momentum back on his side. Tensai versus Fandango. Again, this match did not happen. I'm enjoying the Fandango character simply because it's getting him a lot of heel heat. If the WWE does not play this out for too long, this thing could work. If they stretch this out to the point, where it just gets unbearable, then it's not going to work. Because I really didn't like the gimmick to begin with, but I'm assuming the WWE fans, or the WWE realized the fans were kind of down on the gimmick already, but they're trying to get him some heel heat. This is the reason why they're doing this. If they don't play it out too long, I think this thing could work. But if they drag it out for weeks and months to come, it's not going to work. So the WWE has to be very careful with this Fandango situation. We had Mark Henry versus Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston again was squashed by Mark Henry. Nice spot where Kofi Kingston jumps off the top rope as usual for a crossbody block. Mark Henry catches him, World's Strongest Slam. Mark Henry wins in impressive fashion over Kofi Kingston. Ryback versus Heath Slater. Ryback just with the squash here. The main part of this match is when Mark Henry came out for a stare down with Ryback. I figured they were building towards something for WrestleMania, but Booker T booked a match on SmackDown, which I'm hoping does not take place, because Mark Henry vs. Ryback is a great undercard match to have on WrestleMania. I think they're rushing too much into this feud already. Build it up between the guys for the last remaining weeks on the road to WrestleMania, and have them fight at WrestleMania for the first time. I don't think this match is going to take place. Hopefully the WWE realizes that this match shouldn't take place on SmackDown. It should be at WrestleMania. It would make a great match for the undercard. Cesaro versus Del Rio. Again, Cesaro with another loss. I think this is like his 5th week in a row he lost. Del Rio wins, continues to look strong going into WrestleMania against Jack Swagger. Randy Orton and Sheamus versus Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes. Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes were given another match, being that Brock Lesnar destroyed the New Age Outlaws earlier. Randy Orton and Sheamus won this match. Great match. I'll link it in the description below. You guys can check out the final closing segments of this match. Probably the second best match of the night behind Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler. The Miz versus Chris Jericho in a number 1 contenders match to see who fights Wade Barrett next week. I don't know what they're doing with any of these guys, to be quite honest with you. I don't know why Chris Jericho is in the midst of an Intercontinental title match. I don't know why The Miz is coming off the heels of a feud with Cesaro to fight for the Intercontinental title. Wade Barrett is just floating around with the title. I really don't know what they're doing with these guys. But there were rumors of Chris Jericho versus Ryback at WrestleMania, with Chris Jericho being heel. I'm assuming it's going to be Mark Henry versus Ryback at WrestleMania. Where's that going to leave Chris Jericho? Dolph Ziggler is not in a feud, or not building towards a feud for WrestleMania. Why don't they put Chris Jericho and Dolph Ziggler in some kind of Iron Man match? That would be a show stealer at WrestleMania. That's the only logical way for these two to go. The Miz can challenge for the Intercontinental title if they want to book that for an undercard match. I don't know. But next week we're getting Wade Barrett versus The Miz versus Chris Jericho in a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. This match ended in a no contest, so that's why we're getting a triple threat match next week. Jack Swagger versus Sin Cara. Swagger with the squash. Just building up Jack Swagger to be looking strong going into WrestleMania. Obviously, Zeb Coulter did his whole, spiel on the mic talking about Sin Cara being an illegal Mexican and this and that. WWE's got to be very careful with the storyline, because if they're crossing political, borderlines, it may not flow well on TV. A lot of people may take offense to that, so WWE has to watch out for that. But I'm enjoying the Zeb Coulter character. Jack Swagger is most likely going to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And like I said, on my news and rumors, guys, you guys can click on the link in the annotation. Swagger and Del Rio is going to continue into the Extreme Rules pay-per-view after WrestleMania. And then again, the main event, like I just mentioned earlier in the video, Kane versus CM Punk. Kane won a no disqualification match against Punk with a chokeslam, and CM Punk stole the urn, totally pissing off Kane and The Undertaker in the process. But that was your Monday Night Raw review, guys. That was pretty much it. The most important things happened in the beginning, the middle, and the end, all involving CM Punk, The Undertaker, and Brock Lesnar. I'm excited for The Undertaker versus Punk. It's going to be your main event at WrestleMania, no doubt. They're building it up to be an epic confrontation, and I can't wait. As a wrestling fan, I'm excited. Brock Lesnar and Triple H, I wasn't initially excited for before the rumors, because I knew Triple H was going to win. We all know Triple H is going to win at WrestleMania. But the way the WWE continues to build the storyline, and now are going to add a stipulation to the match at WrestleMania, I'm intrigued. Hell in a Cell. It has to happen. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. It's the only way. So WrestleMania isn't looking too bad. The show, we didn't see John Cena at all. I guess he took a night off. We didn't see The Rock. They'll be back next week. The Undertaker is scheduled for next week's show. We know Punk is going to be there. These are going to be very important shows for the WWE to nail and get right. We got 3 weeks left till WrestleMania. WWE has to do everything in their power to make these shows look strong, because they just need to. It's WrestleMania. It's crunch time. You got to put on your best shows leading into the biggest show of the year. That's it for me, guys. I'm out. If you enjoyed the video, comment, rate, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. You guys know what to do. I'll be back later this week with your WWE news and rumors, guys. I'm out. Take care. Have a great day. I'll talk to you all later this week.